Hey y'all, she's back. Yes, I am. I am back for some more sugar loving recipes. So these cookies are mind-blowing good. They are so good. You're gonna want to have a moment alone with it, if you know what I mean. They're so amazingly good. And the secret is browned butter. It gives it a caramely, rich, nutty taste that's like out of this world. Like, I've never had chocolate chip cookies like this, guys. You are just gonna absolutely love it. So to start out, brown butter, because brown is better. And we're just gonna let this over a medium-high heat and let it just go at it until it starts to turn in color. But you'll see when we get there. So this is looking good to me, so I'm going to turn off my flame. But keep in mind that this pan is still very, very hot. And will continue to release heat, right? Because remember, we used a big, thick, nice pan. So you want to immediately transfer it over to your mixing bowl. Ooh, this is heavy. And make sure to scrape it. Get all that nummy goodness, all those crumbs and all that stuff. That's what makes it. So don't leave any of that goodness behind. Then let's head on over to the mixer. All right, so here we are at our mixer. We are gonna add to our mixing bowl with all that luscious brown butter. We're gonna put 2 cups of brown sugar and 1 cup of regular sugar. We're gonna put this on here. Oops. And I'm using the paddle attachment because we're making dough, like a cookie dough. And then we give this a good mix. And you wanna mix this for a significant amount of time because you wanna cool down your brown butter, right? You don't want to put in the eggs right away because then you might have scrambled eggs in your chocolate chip cookies, and I don't think that would taste very good. So I give it a really good mix, and this is where it forms that caramely flavor from. I mix it for like a minute or 2 and just kind of keep feeling the bottom of the bowl. It'll start to cool down when your brown butter has. So now our bottom of our bowl, it's just like warm, like lukewarm, like cozy warm. So now let's turn it down a little bit and we're gonna add in 2 huevos. We're gonna add in 2 eggs. And it's crazy how the texture and the consistency is going to change right now. It just blows my mind. The proteins and all that good stuff in the egg. And the fat and the yolk, it like emulsifies and it totally changes texture. It trips me out every time. We're going to give that a good mix and it'll start to look almost like a caramel sauce. And then to that we're going to add our vanilla. And y'all know how I like vanilla. Bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop. I love vanilla. But 2 teaspoons, what the recipe calls for. Okay, so I'm going to sieve my flour and my baking soda baking powder. It's just a smart thing to do, guys, because those clumps are crazy. And it's like that next step, that little extra, aw, those are extra special. Yes, they are. I made them just for you. Or however you talk to your loved ones. And then I usually put a little bit of flour, then I'll dump in my baking soda and baking powder. Let me get those sifted through. And so it's 4 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. I miss the old-fashioned sieves. Remember the ones that are like a metal can and you hold them in? Those were the good old days. But these work just fine too. Okay, so now we're just going to start adding our well-combined flour and leavening agents, all nice and sifted, and just start adding them. Oops, let's turn it down a little bit. I do that, I think, every time. So I drizzle a little bit in, and then give it a stir. Because we all know what the consistency of cookie dough should look like, right? If you don't know, you better find out. Last little bit of flour. And the last little bit of water. Looks like I had to use a full half of a cup. And see how it's that nice, moist cookie dough consistency. So now to this, we're gonna add 2 cups of chocolate chips. I have some, I like the mini chocolate chips, and they also have some dark chocolate chips. So mix-ins, whatever you like. I will probably make half of this with nuts, half without. But you can change it up. I love to sometimes put Heath bar, like the Heath bar bits that you can buy in the chocolate chip cookie aisle, whatever. They're like where the chocolate chips are, but it's broken up Heath bar candy. Wow, that was a long explanation for a very small thing. But anyway, you can change it up, or peanut butter chips or whatever. Just change up whatever you mix in and find your own flavor. So to this, we're gonna add the 2 cups of, I just did random mixed, like add this much in one bag, this much. I'm like, use what you got, you know? And then, oh, also the salt, I add that in last because I don't want it to completely dissolve. I like that sweet and salty, sweet and savory dealio. Like, I like how that tastes. So I don't want the salt to fully incorporate, so when you're eating it, you'll get like these tiny, tiny pops of salt. They're so awesome. You're gonna love these. Okay, so this guy over here. All right. And the cool thing is, so this recipe does make a lot of cookies. I usually can get like 2.5 dozen of big cookies, and if I do little cookies, I can usually get like 3+. So it's a big recipe, but keep in mind that you don't have to bake them all tonight. You can even portion them out, freeze them, and then throw them in a Ziploc bag, and then you can bake throughout the week. If you just want a couple of cookies, throw them in the oven. However, if you intend to eat this raw cookie dough, make sure you just leave out the eggs. Leave out the eggs, you're golden, and you can munch all you want. So the most ignored label in the United States of America, right? Don't eat raw cookie dough. But that's why. Salmonella, not a good thing. So got our parchment lined cookie sheet, and I'm using the small scoop. And you just blop these down. So we're gonna put these in the oven for about 13 to 15 minutes and I'll see you in a few. Bye. Okay, you guys, so I just got these out of the oven. Now, when you first take them out, they're gonna be like kind of puffed up and pillowy. Don't worry, you didn't do anything wrong. As they cool, they're just gonna kind of sink down and become that texture that you're used to seeing of your chocolate chip cookies. The crunchier you want them, bake them longer. If you want more chewy, bake them less time. But I'm telling you guys, like, these are the absolute best cookies. So if you like the video, subscribe. It's that white thing at the bottom that says subscribe. All you gotta do is push it. Right there. 1/4 inch. Subscribe. Costs you nothing. All right? See you guys next week. Bye. Have you subscribed yet? I mean, literally, you can do it while we're talking, guys. Because a lot of y'all are looky-loos and you're not joining the family. So please join our community, all about sharing love, kindness, and making this world a little bit brighter and a little bit happier. See y'all next week. Bye.